Imagine falling so deeply in love with someone that even death couldn't separate you. Not for a week. Not for a month. But for 7 long years. In the 1930s, a man living in Florida shocked America with a secret so disturbing that newspapers across the country could barely believe it was real. He was respected by his community. He worked in medicine. People trusted him. But behind the closed doors of his home, he was hiding something terrifying. A dead body. And not just any body. The corpse of the woman he claimed to love. Tonight, we're diving into one of the strangest and most unsettling true stories in American history, the bizarre case of Carl Tanzler. This is a story about obsession, loneliness, and a love that crossed every possible line. And the deeper you go into this case, the worse it gets. Carl Tanzler was born in Germany in the late 1800s. From a young age, he was fascinated by science, medicine, and strange ideas about life after death. According to some reports, he even believed he had visions and supernatural experiences guiding his destiny. As he grew older, Carl became obsessed with the idea of finding his true love. He believed fate had chosen a dark-haired woman for him, someone he was destined to meet someday. Years later, Carl moved to the United States and eventually settled in Key West, Florida. By that point, he was already an unusual man. He claimed to be an aristocrat. He told wild stories about inventions and secret knowledge. Some people thought he was eccentric. Others believed something was deeply wrong with him. But everything changed in 1930 when a young woman named Elena de Hoyos walked into the hospital where Carl worked. Elena was beautiful, soft-spoken, and only in her early 20s. She came from a Cuban family living in Key West. At the time, she was suffering from tuberculosis, a deadly disease that killed thousands of people every year. The moment Carl saw her, he believed she was the woman from his visions. To him, this wasn't coincidence. This was destiny. Carl immediately became emotionally attached to Elena. He brought her gifts, flowers, jewelry, and expensive clothing. He promised her family that he would save her life no matter what it took. But Elena's condition kept getting worse. Back then, tuberculosis had very limited treatment options. Doctors tried everything they could, but many patients simply didn't survive. Carl refused to accept reality. He spent countless hours around Elena, trying experimental treatments and making strange medical devices he believed could cure her. Some reports say he even used homemade equipment and bizarre methods that other doctors didn't trust. But nothing worked. In October of 1931, Elena de Hoyos died at just 22 years old. For most people, this would have been the tragic end of the story. For Carl Tanzler, it was only the beginning. Elena's family buried her in a cemetery in Key West. Carl was devastated. He reportedly cried constantly and begged for permission to visit her tomb. Eventually, he offered to pay for an elaborate mausoleum where Elena's body would rest. Her family agreed, believing he was simply grieving. But Carl's behavior quickly became disturbing. He visited the mausoleum almost every single night. Hours at a time. Alone. Neighbors and cemetery workers began noticing strange things. Some claimed they saw Carl sitting near the tomb late into the night, speaking softly as if someone were answering him. But nobody knew the horrifying truth. Nearly 2 years after Elena's death, Carl secretly entered the mausoleum under the cover of darkness. And he stole her body. He transported the corpse back to his home using a toy wagon. What happened next would become one of the most disturbing chapters in true crime history. At first, Carl tried to preserve Elena's body using chemicals and perfumes. But as the corpse naturally decomposed, he became desperate. He replaced damaged skin with silk cloth soaked in wax. He inserted glass eyes into the skull. He used wires to hold the bones together. He filled the body cavity with rags and materials to maintain its shape. And to hide the smell of decay, he constantly sprayed perfume and disinfectants around the room. Inside his home, Carl created a twisted fantasy world where Elena was still alive. He dressed her in elegant clothing, placed jewelry on her body, and reportedly slept beside the corpse for years. To the outside world, Carl appeared quiet and isolated. Most people had no idea what was hidden behind his doors. But rumors slowly began spreading through Key West. People noticed Carl buying unusual amounts of perfume, chemicals, and women's clothing. Some neighbors claimed they heard him talking inside his house late at night, even though he lived alone. Others said they saw him dancing through the windows with what looked like a woman. But nobody imagined the truth could be this horrifying. Years passed. 7 years. For 7 years, Carl Tanzler lived with Elena's corpse inside his home. And somehow, he managed to keep the secret hidden. Until one day, everything collapsed. In 1940, Elena's sister became suspicious after hearing bizarre rumors about Carl. Eventually, she went to his house to investigate. What she discovered inside shocked her beyond belief. There, inside Carl's home, was Elena's body dressed in clothing and positioned like a living person. The corpse had been grotesquely altered in an attempt to preserve it. The skin looked unnatural. The face had been reconstructed. Parts of the body were literally held together with wire and fabric. Authorities were immediately called. News of the discovery exploded across America. Newspapers described the case as one of the most horrifying scandals the country had ever seen. Crowds gathered outside buildings just to hear updates. Carl Tanzler was arrested. But the story became even stranger. Despite everything, Carl insisted he truly loved Elena. He claimed her spirit visited him at night and spoke to him. According to Carl, Elena wanted to stay with him forever. And shockingly, some members of the public actually sympathized with him. Instead of seeing him as a monster, certain people viewed him as a tragic romantic figure driven insane by grief and loneliness. Others were completely horrified. Doctors who examined the remains described the condition of the body as deeply disturbing. The case quickly became a national obsession, with newspapers publishing every new detail they could uncover. But because so much time had passed since the body was stolen, Carl avoided serious punishment due to legal technicalities. Eventually, Elena's body was buried again in a secret location so nobody could disturb the grave. Carl Tanzler spent the rest of his life alone. But even then, the story still wasn't over. According to local legends, Carl kept a life-size death mask of Elena in his home after the body was taken away. Some reports claim he continued sleeping beside it for years. He died in 1952. Alone. Still obsessed with the woman he could never let go of. Even today, the case of Carl Tanzler remains one of the strangest true stories ever recorded in America. Because this wasn't just about love. It was obsession taken beyond all human limits. A man who refused to accept death. A fantasy so extreme that it destroyed his grip on reality. And a secret hidden in plain sight for 7 horrifying years. What makes this case truly terrifying is that Carl never believed he was doing anything wrong. In his mind, this was love. But to the rest of the world, it became one of the most disturbing examples of obsession ever discovered. And nearly a century later, people still debate the same chilling question. Was Carl Tanzler a hopeless romantic driven insane by grief? Or was he something far darker? Because sometimes, the scariest monsters don't hide in shadows. Sometimes they look completely human.